Hello everybody and welcome back to another brand new video here on my channel. Now guys, in today's video we're going to be talking Forza Horizon 4 yet again, I know, and this time we're going on to a features wishlist. Now obviously I've done a few wishlists in the past and these are a few updated wishlist features that I've actually been sent in by you guys down there in the comment section below. I've actually had quite a few suggestions over on Twitter as well. If you haven't followed me already, go ahead and do so. I'm at FH3YT. You can go and find me over on Twitter, and my link is down there in the description. So anyway guys, let me know again down there in the comments below what you guys think of this list, and I'm going to be splitting this video into two parts as well. There's quite a lot of things to go through, so I don't want to bore you guys with one video. I'll space it out a little bit and give you a day or two in between each one. So, let's go straight on into the first one, which is game systems. Now, having controllable, fully customizable player avatars, being able to get out of your car, having a walk around in the world. Also, your character should be intelligent enough to wear protective gear during a race like they did in Forza Horizon 1. Having purchasable, customizable player garages and houses, having these will be quite a cool feature, as these were awesome in Test Drive Unlimited 2 for showing off car collections. Friends can visit your properties and see your rides. Walk-in car dealers and shops. Again, pretty awesome in Test Drive Unlimited 2, having a variety of dealers, each with their own selection of vehicles, and a way to easily see all of the vehicles that are available without having to drive back and forth to each one all the time. Interactive festivals, allowing players to do things like ride the festival rides, attend concerts and do some mini-games such as go-kart racing like they do over in Project Cars. Interactive gas stations and repair shops all around the map. So all vehicles use fuel in the open world, so vehicles with long driving ranges and more sane driving would be highly beneficial whilst exploring the large map instead of just powering around the map in a hypercar all day. If you break your vehicle in the open world, you can rescue to a repair shop. Having a better boss system. Now, right now, I don't feel like a boss at all, just a playboy with a secretary who actually runs the show and tells me what to do. Give players the ability to create their own courses by placing checkpoints and setting up their own championships. Interactive vehicle systems. Now, convertibles should be able to raise or lower the roofs, it's a given. Turn signals should work, and so on. Removing the nonsense of custom horns for all vehicles and put the stock horns back in. It's got far too cartoony for my liking. For the players who want it, for players who actually do want it, allowing them to purchase custom horns, but don't make it the only option. Having a real damage system. Right now the damage system is extremely basic, and I would like to see something what Need for Speed Shift has, where colliding with a wall at high speed means bits and pieces of car flying everywhere and the race is over for that vehicle, and in all likelihood the driver as well, but you know, we'll get onto that, that's the GTA kind of thing. Renaming the existing damage system something else besides simulation, because it's not worthy of that word at all. It makes a lesser difficulty option. Make it one of those. Although paying for repairs would be realistic, I can see this being extremely annoying. So I do think needing to restart the race or even rescuing to a shop should be sufficient. Having a bit of police presence. Now, during official festival races, you're absolutely fine, but if you drive like a maniac between races or participate in street races, you might encounter some flashing blue lights behind you. If you get caught, you're hauled off to the police station. Evading the police obviously gives you street racer cred, such as a system you get over in Need for Speed with the bounty system. Bringing in a modified version of the homologation system from FM7. So right now that system is quite a good idea, but it's too restrictive and some cars really could qualify for multiple categories. Also allowing players to set their own restrictions for a given event or championship, including which division or divisions are allowed, performance index, power, weight limits, required or forbidden upgrades, and so on. The ability to hire drivers or rent out cars. So right now in the game I've got over 300, 400, 500 cars, but I can only ever interact with one at a time. The ability to put these extra cars to use by hiring other drivers to race them for you and earn a bit of side income, or rent them out to other players who just need to use a multi-million credit for one event and don't have the cash to buy one right now. Also, hired drivers could follow you around in the open world like the driver cars do in Forza Horizon 3 and let you quickly swap cars without having to run back to the garage or run back to the garage to get a different car for you. In the world of game progression, guys, putting a story back like we had in Forza Horizon 1 would be ideal. Right now, the avatar feels like a playboy who is obviously just messing around with cars and racing because they can. Some kind of story and the feeling of working to the top would be great to have, such as a progression system, having a parallel street racing scene, and progressing here giving you perks in the open world, calling it call up street racing buddies to distract police, for example. Lots of cash and cars you can't get anywhere else. The world map, making it bigger. It's obviously a given there, guys, so it's a bit sad that the longest race in Forza Horizon 3 that follows the entirety of the perimeter of the map is only about 10 minutes per lap in a fast car. I would like to see the map on a scale of Test Drive Unlimited 2, ETS2, or, the crew kind of scale, where it takes 2 hours to drive from one side to the other. Obviously, the crew have done it, so Turn 10 and all those lots should be able to do it as well. Varied terrain and roads. Forza Horizon 3 didn't have anywhere near enough variety than what was anticipated and hyped about, so I would like to see a balance of everything. Scenic coastal roads, tight technical mountain roads, freeways, long straights, country roads, dirt roads, off-road trails, and so on. It doesn't have to necessarily be based on real-world location. Something like the fictional Panau from Just Cause 2 would be ideal. Having large cities, I obviously want at least one city that takes a significant amount of time, 10 to 15 minutes to drive through at high speed. Also, at least 3 cities, each with their own feel and realistic road systems connecting them to each other. Adding proper racetracks to the world map like Test Drive Unlimited 2 did. Additionally, a stadium with dirt races would be awesome, and a few random dirt ovals scattered around the map for a bit of off-road fun. Inexpensive fast travel stations around the world, so bus stops, train stations, etc., until unrestricted fast travel is unlocked. And finally, making the world feel real. This means no-nonsense circular highways to nowhere, have the roads connect to cities and towns, or simply go off the edge of the map with like a reset wall like we had when we drive out to the sea if you try to go there. The final one I'm going to go over in this video, guys, is the driving mechanics. So, doing a better job of simulating off-road driving, as right now it's utterly ridiculous that I can take a stock Lamborghini in a straight line across the outback with no issues whatsoever. At the very least, doing something like what Test Drive Unlimited 2 did, with severely limiting the speed of road vehicles when driven off-road. Ideally, I would like to see a somewhat realistic system based on what you're driving, on what's tied in with the damage system. You can drive road cars slowly off-road through an open field, for example, but if it's raining, it will get stuck in the slick grass and have to be rescued back to a road. Rougher ground with rocks and such will hang up road cars, and even some off-road vehicles, very quickly if you aren't careful and do major damage. Mud, giving even four-wheel drive vehicles trouble at times. Rivers are a complete no-go for vehicles that don't have the appropriate capabilities. Vehicle systems should be based on what the vehicle actually has. So for example, if a car in real life has ABS, then it will in-game. Same thing with traction control and stability control and transmission type. Additionally, letting the systems be switched on and off if the vehicle supports it in real life. This also applies for four-wheel drive vehicles that can switch between the two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and automatic transmissions that allow a gear to be manually selected, in which case it behaves like a manual without clutch. Difficulty options should allow vehicles with manual transmissions to be driven automatically and ABS to be simulated, in which case your avatar does the shifting for you and pumps the brakes and helps you out like traction control or stability would. But vehicles with automatic only upgrades will need a transmission upgrade, and vehicles with no factory ABS, traction control, stability control disabled will need an ECU upgrade. Final thing in this video, guys, a few vehicle upgrades. So, quite a lot of you people have been messaging me about, so many more cosmetic customization options. Also making all the rims the same weight, maybe adding a lightweight rim upgrade instead. It's slightly less realistic, I do hear you say, but right now I feel like I'm limited to the same small selection of lightweight rims I want to put on a car if I want to maximize performance, and many of my cars end up looking pretty stupid if I'm honest. All in the name of a bit more speed. More limits on engine swaps and all-wheel drive conversions. Any all-wheel drive conversions should be able to be easily converted to front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive depending on the system, but cars with chassis that were never designed for all-wheel drive systems and don't have room for them shouldn't have the option. Simple. tunable weights or restrictor plates or ECUs to fine-tune the performance index, or PI if you might know it from Forza. For example, you can add weight to an extremely lightweight car to adjust the weight distribution and give a bit more room for power. Likewise, you can put a restrictor plate in or detune the ECU to slow down a car that's a bit too fast for the division you want to compete in. These should be tunable to give the player more flexibility when building cars. Now finally guys, NOS. Now before you shoot this one down, hear me out. Most races would ban nitrous, plus you only have a limited supply, and with damage on you can easily blow your engine if you aren't careful. So this would be a limited to street races, special events or open world tomfoolery, such as danger signs, etc. It would also add weight to your car, so if you aren't going to use it, then it will slow your car down, giving you the options to choose between NOS or no NOS. So that's all the information I have for you in today's video, guys. I did hope you enjoy it. Again, guys, these are all speculation and all my personal opinions, so please don't say that everything I'm saying is wrong. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Leave me your thoughts down there in the comment section below. I'll be sure to reply to as many as I possibly can. I'm always intrigued to hear your guys' suggestions about the upcoming game. For more information on Forza Horizon 4, guys, go ahead and check out my channel. I've got a whole bunch of other videos coming soon, and some that I've already posted in the past few days. Some proving very popular, some proving not so much, but hey, that's the way of YouTube. But anyway, guys, that, as I said, is it for today's video. I did hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and hit that subscribe button as well, just to make sure you never miss out on any videos. But like I said, guys, that's it for me in today's video. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you over in my next video, guys. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.